This is such a niche thing to say, and I think only primarily, I'm not going to say only black people, but primarily black people are going to get this, but there's an actor in this film. His name is Dante Basco, and he plays Dolph. Why did I recognize bro as the guy at the poetry slam on the mic and Love Don't Cost a Thing with Nick Cannon and Christina Milian? Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Like I had more experience than she thought I knew, and even though it wasn't true, then a wise man gave me a clue. He said the only way out is the way through.
Great movie, a staple in the black household growing up. It was a remake of the 80s version with Patrick Dempsey and Kim Parker, I believe is her name. The girl, Kim, she was Heather Chandler, Heather #1 from Heathers, which I have covered on this channel. Great video, check it out. But as soon as I saw his face, I was like, wait a, is that who I think it is? Olivia, We Will Rise. That's my song. I wrote those words. But I'm a Cheerleader is a 1999 satirical rom-com written by Brian Peterson and Jamie Babbitt with a directorial debut by Jamie herself. The film stars stoner Natasha Lyonne, who I feel is always playing a lesbian. She's most notably recognized for a role as Nikki in Orange is the New Black. Clea Duvall is also in this. Kathy Moriarty, RuPaul, like I said, Dante Basco, who aside of the bit role in Love Don't Cost a Thing, he was also the voice of an animated series on Disney. It's like, I honestly feel like it's lost media because nobody remembers it. Can you guess what it is? American Dragon Jake Long. I mean, wow. And I know there will be comments, even though I don't watch Avatar, but he's also the voice of Zuko in The Last Airbender. Some other recognizable faces are Michelle Williams in a bit role, Kit Pardue, who also looked very familiar. I was like, I've seen him on something. And he was Sunshine from Remember the Titans. Wesley Mann is also in this, who Gen Z will recognize as Mr. Lawler, spitting all around the place, and That's So Raven. This movie is about a bubbly teen girl whose family and friends suspect her of being a lesbian, leading to her being shipped off to a conversion therapy camp where boys wear blue and girls wear pink. It's colorful, the message and the commentary is in plain sight, and yet I don't find it preachy. It's more so just laughing at the absurdity of this entire situation. It weaponizes camp to expose how institution like conversion therapy enforce the most ridiculous rigid gender and sexual binaries. And through its hyper-stylized exaggeration, it satirizes the absurdity of curing queerness and reclaims self-expression as liberation. I haven't seen this film in years, and this was right after To Wong Fu. This was the most requested movie. Like I felt like every time I clicked on the YouTube Studio app, I was saying, ooh, do. I'm throwing in my little comment. You need to talk about But I'm a Cheerleader. So I was like, you know what? I listen. Okay, if I'm asking you on the community page or over on my Instagram, I'm very active on my Instagram. You should follow me there. But if I'm asking y'all, what should I talk about? Or if I'm, asking for feedback, I mean it. I'm not just rapping to rap. But anyway, grab your pom-poms, pick a gender, and suppress that internalized homosexuality for a minute while we take a short visit to a little place called True Directions in the world of But I'm a Cheerleader. The film opens with our protagonist Megan at cheer practice. Her boyfriend Jared was just across the field playing football with the bros, grrr. And after practice, they do what all couples do, make out in the car, or whatever this is. She is not enjoying herself. I mean, the girl is fantasizing about cheerleaders' bodies in between, so sorry Jared, sorry to this man. Her parents' names are Nancy and Peter Bloomfield, and yikes. I mean, point, the family conflict has already started, because during grace at the table, Peter is throwing shade and prayer, saying, Lord, please help us to follow your path, the one you intended us to follow. And Lord, please help us so to obey the rules in life you set for us, for all that is natural and healthy and sacred. What you trying to say?
What you trying to say?
When Megan leaves for school the next day, Peter slips up saying, see you later, sweetie. See you tonight. And then after she leaves, her mother is like, they'll be here at 3 o'clock. Like, who gonna be here at 3 o'clock? Then Peter's like, God, I hope we're doing the right thing. Sick. Y'all are sick. I would never talk to them again. Meg passes 2 girls in the hall, putting her arms around them, and they're like, ew, get off of me, Leslie. She greets Jared, who forces his tongue down her throat again, and we meet a chick named Kimberly. Inside Megan's locker, she's got a huge picture of a swimsuit model, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that is not normal. Word, I should see Big Time Rush, or mindless behavior in your locker. Why you got a woman in your locker? Meg turns to Kimberly saying, don't you hate it when boys do that? But Kimberly thinks making out is fun.
Maybe he just doesn't do it.
Or maybe you're gay, sweetheart.
Right.
When Megan walks away, Kimberly goes inside her locker and takes the picture of the swimsuit model, ? Do we have 2 munchers on our hands? After school, Jared is purposely driving slow on the street where at home a hot pink van pulls up with a bald man who sometimes puts on women's clothing for some odd reason. His name is RuPaul Charles. Oh, sorry. Mike. With a Str8 is great t-shirt on. Miss Charles, if you don't take that off, like... When Megan and Jared get inside, all her friends are there. Jared's now blocking the door. What the hell is this? A convention. They set my girl up. There's walnuts, deviled eggs, and I don't know what that last thing is, but yum! I love soul food. Peter starts off with the regularly scheduled programming of the we're worried about you and we love you. Cut the shit, okay?
Do you remember the woman on TV?
Honey, we think you're a lesbian.
Mike says he was once gay, but now he's an ex-gay, working for an organization that works to help kids learn to understand the reasons behind homosexual tendencies and how to heal them. What's crazy is that the character of Mike is very clearly a gay man suppressing himself, playing into the themes of people in real life who do this, queer people who push the closet, enforce the closet, I should say, for survival and respectability. We see this way more than we should, and I will be bringing it up later on. When Megan asks why they think she's a lesbian, we get Exhibit A, a bag of tofu that Megan has been trying to get her family to eat. Michael says that the diet switch to vegetarianism is strike one. Ooh. Kimberly holds the swimsuit pic from Meg's locker, pointing out that there are no boys, just women. Oh, and these, Peter says, holding up a Melissa Etheridge poster. Even the girl's bedroom pillow has a flower with a very interesting shape on it. And finally, Jared states how Meg doesn't like to kiss him. She'll be fine though, you know, this is rehab. Homosexuals Anonymous, and it's only for a few months. Man, I just said it, but I would never talk to them again. Like y'all got me up in here. From the jump, as soon as she approaches the house, it's so apparent. Like they really nail it in with this blue and this pink thing. Like it's exaggerated to the max. We meet the founder of True Directions, Mary, and her son Rock, who's got some booty shorts on. Marie starts Megan off with an introductory video where we learn about a young girl who went down the homosexual lifestyle, riding on the back of Harleys, always coming back for more, and the voice of the girl's parents praise how she was successfully converted after only 2 months. This dear Kelly rediscovered her femininity and embraced her true self. In the kitchen cooking, wearing makeup, and she got married. I can tell just by looking at her husband, that is a gay man. Who are y'all trying to fool? Step 1, admitting you are homosexual. All the other attendees arrived the day prior, so Mary has to catch Megan up. This is a 2-month program based on 5 simple steps. But first, we need to concentrate on step 1, which is admitting your problem. Mary's like, when you see a beautiful woman in a tight skirt with beautiful legs, putting lipstick over her full lips, or maybe in the locker room soaping her body, rubbing her breastises. Like, okay, bitch, we get the point, pervert. You don't have any unnatural thoughts?
I don't think it's unnatural.
Aha! You don't even think it's wrong.
Okay, calm down. Until Megan can admit her sickness, she is to wear this outfit. We're introduced to Hillary, one of the soldiers and fellow homosexuals, and learn the daily routine. Rise at 7, breakfast at 8, group therapy until lunch, and in the afternoon you have free time till moving inside for reorientating exercises. And finally, family therapy on the weekends. This is exhausting. Everyone sleeps together in one room. It's almost a monochromatic, creepy Barbie pink themed look. I told y'all, it turned up to the max. Hilary Duff tells Megan there's to be no inappropriate behavior. So Meg is like, you mean inappropriate like swearing?
No, inappropriate like f***ing.
This is Graham. There's a wall with a 5-step chart with the group's names on it. Everybody's crossed out the first step yesterday, and Meg is the only one not. Cut to a room where we officially meet the rest of our cast. Jan, the softball player, Sinead, the masochist, Joel, the Jew, his words, not mine.
I'm Joel, I'm a Jew.
Graham we met, Andre the actor, the dancer, Dolph, the varsity wrestler, and Clayton, who works retail. Mary tries to get Megan to tell the whole group why she's a lesbian, and baby is still in denial, y'all, you know. She's like, no, I'm not. Everybody just thinks I am. Then when she tells everybody that she is a vegetarian, they're all like, Meg brings up her boyfriend and Hilary Swank asks if she's ever done bump with him. But Megan is a Christian girl. Don't get it twisted now. Asking me these damn questions. God.
It's really easy to be a prude when you're not attracted to him, isn't it?
Oh, bitch. You know, you right, but bitch. They keep throwing curveballs at her, and she's like, I get good grades. I go to church.
I'm a cheerleader.
She caves though, slobbering out the mouth, yelling, I'm a homosexual. She's now past step 1. Wow. Just like magic, right? During lunch, Graham sits alone eating sushi and briefly congratulates Megan, who she condescendingly nicknames Pom Poms. And Andre's like, don't listen to her. She's just upset because the fish on her plate is the only kind she can eat. Mary's fine ass son, Rock, comes out sipping on a scissor with a bendy straw, right? And mommy scolds him, telling him to chug it like a man. Megan wakes in the middle of the night to Sinead shocking herself with these sticks everyone has to use on themselves when fantasizing about the same sex. We know how much she loves pain.
I like pain.
No pain, no gain. If you want to like dick, you better start training yourself. And Meg even notices Graham's sock under the covers with her. So it looks like someone is crushing. The next day we get a glimpse of the 4 other steps in the program. But for now, let's move on to step 2. Mary's showing the girls how to move a vacuum in a clean line, and the girls are watching enthusiastically, to say the least. I love vacuuming the carpet. By the boys, they're all working on cars. Very questionable and counterintuitive displays here, but go off. Mike is talking about slipping it in, adding a little more oil and shoving. Okay. Hillary gets touchy with Jan while measuring a wedding dress on Meg. And Graham is being artistic, making paper lessies. Mike shows the boys how to cut logs, but Andre ends up tossing the axe, making everyone scram. And oh, we see 2 little queers, Dolph and Clayton, getting close. Later Later on in a circle jerk, the teens are talking about the root of their homosexuality. Graham's was when her mother got married in pants, Dolph had too many locker room showers with the varsity team. Real. Hillary went to an all-girl boarding school. Sinead was born in France. Clayton's mother let him play in her pumps. Jan just says she likes balls. And Joel says a traumatic bris. To teach the kids the most wonderful thing about being a heterosexual: friendship, Mary tells the children to partner up and find a friend for the remainder of the program. And Megan ends up with Graham by default. During a friendly straight game of football, everyone briefly gets distracted by Rock, who is being a freaky frog, stroking a wooden stick, and Mike threatens all the boys to, I'll make y'all watch football all weekend if y'all look at another boy. By football, I think he means drag race, guys. Meanwhile, Graham and Meg are arguing during their diaper changing lesson, but have a giggle when the baby pisses dark food coloring on St. Mary. Step 3. Family therapy. I really don't like the idea of every single family being in one big room together, because this is none of y'all's business. And my point is only proven further after Graham's father, who by the looks of it is a rich a-hole, makes a very insensitive comment after Joel talks about his experience of playing footsies with a boy that he used to study with.
Graham, I hope you're getting a little more out of this program than that over there.
Okay. Uh-oh. Now see, listen, you guys, wait a minute, hold on, Brandy, Tammy.
I don't fight, I don't wrestle, I beat bitches up.
Mr. Eaton says he's heard enough of this crap, then tells Graham she better have this gay thing out of her system by the time she gets back to Switzerland. And if not, no college, no car, and no trust fund. I hope that little BMW they driving crashes, and I hope Graham gets the insurance money. Because, I mean, wow, imagine being a parent and deciding to disown your child for something as, they could be doing so much more. They could be committing crimes. They could be in the street doing drugs. They could be on a list right now, an offender. Oh, but no. Oh, no. They like the same gender. I guess it must be the end of the world, right? When Mary asks Megan to report her route, she says that she thinks it all started when her father was unemployed and her mother was running the household for 9 months. I guess seeing her mother in the more dominant role took its toll, and Miss Mary just took this and she ran with it. Mike and Ike's is starting to glitch, seeing Rock with his big fat chainsaw. It's gonna hurt. A paper airplane flies by Andre that's an invitation to sneak out at midnight this upcoming Saturday, but cool kids only. We learn right after this there's a scene between Megan and Graham, and we find out why she was sent there. Her stepmama, that ain't her mother, that's her stepmama. She has snitched on my girl. She got caught a few times in the bedroom with a girl, and Daddy-O was like out. And she also tells Meg how none of this actually works, you are who you are, or you're just gonna fake it. The movie's midpoint evolution of Megan's crush on Graham begins slipping through. She's staring her down in the bathrooms, getting ready for bed, dreaming about making out with her. And after waking up again in the middle of the night and seeing Sinead again buzzing her cooter, she's like, why don't I try this? She starts prepping in Mary's office, rubbing the carpet, when she realizes somebody's messing around behind Mary's desk. It's Dolph and Clayton making out you nasty!
Oh my God!
Mike comes down the hall and Megan's hollering that the boys were kissing. Snitch! Everyone is eavesdropping outside of Mary's office, and she's yelling that whoever started the tree is out and the other goes in the doghouse. And she meant literally, because Clayton is put in a small doghouse with a lock. Is this not abuse? The next day during lunch, Dolph is packed and waves everyone goodbye. Megan, see, I don't like you now.
I just wish I could have seen those two boys in action for Miss Thing over there with Nancy drew on us.
Step 4. Demystifying the opposite sex. It's truly the nerve of Megan to out these boys when her and Graham are getting touchy hours later. I mean, we get a montage of them just crushing deeper and deeper. And am I still upset that Dolph got kicked out? Yes, I am. He was the cutest one there. Now what? Saturday night, Meg catches Graham, Jan, and Sinead with their emo core clothes on to sneak out. And she refuses to go with them. So Graham says, if you're not going, the least you could do is not be a snitch. Andre sneaks past Mary's room and the cool kids hop in a van. But oh look, Meg joins them at the last second. Two older gay men, Lloyd and Larry Morgan, are the culprits here. He passes out IDs before Graham tells Megan that Larry and Lloyd are XX gays. Lloyd lets the kids know that at the end of the day, it's up to you whether you want to be who you are or live a lie. Then Megan is like, so how'd you say this?
So you run like the underground homo railroad.
Oh my god, the actress from the Before trilogy walks up to Megan asking for a dance. What is she doing here? The song playing in the bar is this disco house beat, yet everybody on the floor is slow dancing. What we doing here, y'all? Anyhow, while Megan is dancing with this rando, Sinead starts dancing with Graham. And Meg sees Sinead groping the bun, so she starts getting all sensitive and she runs out back. Womp womp. This girl is, I'm talking about Megan, she is being so dramatic and screaming at Graham in the back. Like, baby doll, you were dancing with another woman. You know, given Graham had egged her on, like she was just trying to get you to have some fun. What you tripping for? So to shut her fruity ass up, Graham kisses her. Mary finds a stick of matches under Graham's bed and starts screaming at her in front of the group, and Graham Cracker denies. And to cover her ass, she says that she wants to confess her crush on Joel. Look at Andre's face, yo. Mary gives her a hug, so proud of her child, and she's like, let this be an example. Let this show you what determination has yielded. Fruit! At Mary's scheduled meetings with the parents to get to the bottom of the matches, Nancy and Peter tell Meg if she confesses to going to the gay bar, then she's not allowed to come back home because they cannot allow her to live an unhealthy lifestyle under their roof. And if that's what she chooses, then she chooses to cut them out of her life. When do we start? Mary leaves a threatening message to Larry and Lloyd, making homophobic protest signs. She lets Clayton loose from the dog house to hell, and the next day everyone's outside the rival station yelling, Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve! These signs are crazy. One of the members comes back to the house with his bike and he's like, hey, I know you, I saw you last night. Then Graham grabs a stone and she like chucks it and she yells, does your daddy know you're a
That's it! We're coming out!
Lloyd looks at Mary and he's like, is this what you teach now, Mary? Throw stones from glass houses? Okay, wait, bro, you ate that. Bro ate that. I see what you did there. Throw stones from glass houses. Everyone goes through all the trials they trained for since day one, and whoever passes moves on to the final stage. And if you fail, you get the big chop. And in the end, Andre is the only one who fails.
I just wasn't meant to be Butch.
You should be proud of who you are.
Hello?
Baby, the calls are coming from inside the house. Andre stands up sniffling, and then he turns to them and he says,
Congratulations, liars.
you know who you are and you know who you want, and nobody's gonna change that. Shit. There is a very long, very boring, and I'm sorry, it's a little too drawn out for me, love scene. And I'm saying love very loosely because all they do is just slowly caress each other with this music. I'm sorry, I skipped through it. I'm sorry. And I guess Graham Cracker had showed Miss Megan Thee Stallion some tongue action, because Megan says that she's only ever felt like that during cheerleading, calling it exhilarating and the one thing that's kept her happy all these years. So of course Graham's like, well, now I need to see you cheer. What's up? The next morning, Megan wakes up with everyone above her and Mary is calling her a hormonal hussy. Turns out they found out about her sleepover with Graham and she is given the boot. Mary reiterates her parents' memo about not being welcome back home, so Megan is left to her own devices. But there is one thing she can do to make up for this. Mary says she will let her stain graduate if she partners with Rock in the simulation.
I don't think that would work.
Oh, for Pete's sake!
During Graham's meeting, Mary tells her that they lost Megan and the decision is hers. She can run off with Meg and turn into a raging bull dyke, or she could do the simulation and graduate and lead a normal life. Her father chimes in saying she's going to graduate because that's the only option. Then her bitch ass stepmama pop in saying,
"This is exactly why your mother left. Are you ready to lose your father?"
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Megan's standing outside with her bags waiting for Graham to run away and blow where the wind takes them. But no, it's already settled. She's partnering with The Rock. And Graham is all waterworks. He's like, I can't, I'm sorry. Burn the house down, Megan. Megan ends up at Lloyd and Larry's place, and guess who else is there? Adolf. Who? Oh! I mean, Dolph. Take away the A. PH, not F on the end. He immediately hugs her, thanking her for saving him from that wretched place. Dolph's been living with the Morgans till he finds a way to make it out on his own. They talk in the room a bit. He's sharing how much better it is here. 12 a.m. curfew, everyone's got their own room. And Meg updates him on the Graham situation, which he figured out was happening. He's like, oh, I know it. I know y'all, word, y'all was all up in each other's kitty. But then he tells her that, you know, she's better off just staying with them. Grammy Graham is a lost cause. Step 5. Simulated sexual lifestyle. The remaining kids are playing out Adam and Eve roleplay simulation, and I'm not gonna lie, it's very weird behavior that Mary is willingly directing her son to kiss this lesbian with tongue, verbally guiding him to feel how vulnerable she is. Like, what? Saying, she said way more than that too, like very grotesque. I'm not gonna repeat them here, but what is wrong with you? I started busting out laughing at the next simulation, which is lovemaking, and Rock starts doing these robotic push-ups over Graham's body.
What about foreplay?
No, foreplay is for sissies. Real men go in, unload, and pull out.
It's now graduation day, and Meg and Dolph have snuck onto the premises. Don't know why they wore this color camo. I guess, you know, I mean, it is Larry and Lloyd's outfits, but it doesn't blend with anything. Like, bro, they're in the wide open. Megan is crawling through the grass, just like, y'all just playing. But Megan makes it in time to snatch Graham away and tell her she came to get her. But Grammy ain't going nowhere. Meg returns to the tree to see Dolph and Clayton making out. Sun shines out the simulation. Good for him. Mary's eyes land on Clayton and Dolph running off in the distance. He trying to, yeah, he, everything's fine. Continuing the ceremony, just as we also see Megan pull out the pom-poms. All right now. Come on, bring it on. That's all right. That's okay. You're gonna pump orgasm. You've been touched by an angel, girl. That's my shit. And then when Kirsten Dunst, when she was about to fight Missy in the... What happened? She was following her to the car because she showed up late to practice or something. She was like, that's it, get out of the car, I'm gonna kick your ass! All the graduates collect their trophies as Megan walks down the aisle, ready to show these bitches how it's done. 1, 2, 3, 4, I won't take no anymore. 5, 6, 7, 8, I want you to be my mate. 1, 2, 3, 4, you're the one that I adore.
5, 6, 7, 8, don't run from me, cause this is fate. I love you.
Oh my god.
Not gonna lie, it's a cheer, so you know, very ABC 1, 2, 3, right? But it's cute. It's cute. Mary starts interjecting, and Meg skedaddles back to the pickup truck. Graham is right behind her, running, yelling, "Wait!" Then she jumps on the back of the pickup with her, and they kiss as Dolph drives off into the bright blue sky. I find it very disturbing, to say the least, that, you know, in the big old 2025, these parents are willingly putting their children into these conversion therapy camps, these psychologically damaging and abusive techniques used within these institutions. Electric chair.
Electric chair.
It's all types of religions that are taking part in it, but I believe it mainly to be Christianity, people linked to Christianity. And my biggest problem with that religion, no disrespect, you know, I grew up within that religion. And as I get older, it just religion period, I'm like, oh, it's giving cult. It's giving cult, guys. I've briefly talked about, maybe I haven't, I don't know. I do believe in God. I believe that there are forces. But yeah, anyway, we're not talking about me. Point is, with that religion, everything is about being judgment free, right? They're so adamant about being uncritical, and yet everything associated with the religion is always about what you should not be doing. Do you guys actually think, and I know that there are churches who accept queer people, you know, sure, but do you actually think God, Jesus, Father, Lord, the creator of the universe, do you actually think that they care whether somebody dates the same gender or not? I don't think so. I don't think so, Cupcake. These religious people will attack a trans person, attack a gay, attack a lesbian, a queer. They will attack queer people before attacking, like, say, a straight man who is a convicted PDF file. This is ridiculous. Like that video, the tidal wave, that BK tidal wave that I be. This is ridiculous.
Because this shit is f***ing ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is f***ing ridiculous.
There's the ongoing debate about whether people are born gay or not. You know, the what's going on with the chemical wiring in the brain, or is it environmental? Like, if you're a boy and you grow up around a bunch of women, then you're gonna be gay, right? And if you're a girl and you grow up around a bunch of boys, then you're gonna be a lesbian. Like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm tired, Grandpa. And you know what I say to all that? Kiss my chocolate ass! I would say most, not all, queer kids are aware if they are, you know, feeling some feelings for the same gender, whatever, very young, and it's up to them and or the influences of their surroundings whether they decide to accept that part of them or not. If you were a kid on Vine and in the YouTube space, you've no doubt ran into a creator who went by the name Lohanthony. I didn't watch him. I kind of found him like low-key annoying, but I grew up watching Joey and Shane, Jump Scare, and all the Kingsley, all the golden age of YouTube. And some of, even if you've seen it on thumbnails too, like he was featured on a lot of really popular YouTubers channels at one point or another. Apparently he left YouTube right at the turning point where monetization was really kicking into high gear for creators. And look, the kid had a huge following, but then he vanished. Next thing you know, all his videos are wiped from his channel. He's in the army, denounced his homosexuality, and yet the voice is still there.
Why do I do the things I hate and not what you request?
I believe the speculation is his parents sent him to a conversion camp where he became super religious. It breaks my heart. And I also thought about that kid. He was younger than Lohanthony. He had like this meme blow up on Twitter. I believe it probably was Twitter. Everything's on Twitter first. He did the lip sync to Alejandro. He was like the little Gaga kid. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Come on, monsters. Let's go. Everyone better be jumping.
He did an interview where he was talking about how he had thousands of pics of Gagas in his phone, on the wall, his clothes, his iPhone wallpaper, which, okay, unhealthy, unpopular opinion. I really don't like stan culture. Although the memes are funny, I like the memes, but I'm talking about that whole community of making accounts dedicated to a celebrity. And, you know, this is the thing. If you do that, all power to you. I guess I more so am talking about those accounts that monitor like every single thing that a musician, mainly pop stars, right, will do. It's like they idolize them and it's like low-key worshiping. At the end of the day, we're all humans. We all gonna end up in the ground. Treating these people like they're gods walking around. Anyway, the kid, you know, all that needed to be toned down. Like that was worship at that point. But it went the route of conversion. And same thing with Lohanthony. He even covered his entire bedroom in Bible verses. If this film does anything, it shows you just how cartoonishly silly gender roles are. Women being cleaners, cooking in the kitchen, caring for children, while men work on cars, cut logs, play football. There's something so 1950s about it all, and about the character of Megan. The heteronormativity feels so artificial, and I think that's something Jamie was really going for. It's making fun of it, right? Acting straight is the actual performance here. And where queerness would be the unusual thing, it's somehow flipped, and that's what's normal. I briefly mentioned Mike, RuPaul's character, and how he's the stand-in for queer people enforcing straightness and internalizing their true selves, just for respectability and to survive in this society.
Mike is an ex-gay who has been a changed man, you know. He's really straight. So that's been a lot of fun, because I've never been straight.
What do they call it? Assimilation versus liberation. Should we make it easier for ourselves and adopt the dominant belief, or fight back for the right to be accepted for who you are? How screwed is it that queerness is often framed as a failure to perform these traditional roles that the world has planted on the two genders that most acknowledge? If you're a boy and you can't change a tire, lift up 100 pounds, or chug down 10 beers, then you're gay. Or if you're aggressively good at sports.
I remember when I first came out to my mother and I said, you know, Mom, I'm gay. And she said, but you were never good at sports.
Or you own a motorcycle or a 4x4 and you're a woman and you're really into flannels, then you must be a muncher, right? It's tired. Lloyd and Larry having a home for neglected gay teens is all too real. You just think about the millions of kids through time who have grown up alienated, abandoned, and gone out looking for their chosen family. If you ask me, love bonds family, not blood. Ultimately, True Directions fails at their job because we as viewers know goddamn well these kids are still homosexuals. They're only trying to convince themselves. And it's ironic for our protagonist Megan, because she discovered her sexuality because of the camp. The camp made her face it. I will say I do like the fact that Megan's queerness is not loud or aggressive, but it's awkward, it's gentle, growingly sincere. Her rebellion isn't rough around the edges, it's soft. The lettuce, greens, bacon, tomato plus community have used camp as more than just an aesthetic. They've used it as a weapon. Go back decades, it's been used for parody, exaggeration, performance to both hide and reveal their true selves. Although But I'm a Cheerleader flew under the radar, it's nice to see that its target audience has kept it alive and in cult status. Gay cannot be prayed away, no matter how much cleaning, car repairing, how many sports you play, none of it. Life is short, man. Stop trying to please the people around you. Stop conforming to who the world tries to tell you to love. The sooner people get that through their thick heads, that what you like is what you like, the better. You don't have to agree with the queer lifestyle, but I think all anyone's asking for is respect and acceptance.
The message of the film is be gay, as far as I can tell, or just be yourself, but preferably be gay, because being gay is better.
What do you think about But I'm a Cheerleader? Do you have any favorite quotes, any memories you want to share? Are there only two genders? Is it Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve? Or is it Adam and Eve, not Madam and Eve? That was bad. I'm sorry. If you enjoyed this video, give your man a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. Share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, subscribe. I would love to have you. Until next time, beautiful people, take care of your mind, take care of your body, and take care of your spirit.